Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Let's see how this works. That was so weird. So this is part two of my stream because it froze and everything on my end was working. Uh, but YouTube froze. So let's see how this goes. All I did was talk and stamp a couple of blackbirds. So you didn't miss too much. I'll let everybody find the stream again. Thanks for letting me know, you guys. But yeah, on my side, it wasn't frozen at all. There was really nothing wrong. So some YouTube broke. We're gonna blame that one on YouTube. We love you, YouTube, but you broke. So I'll let everybody jump back in, but all I did was stamp a couple of birds and I stamped the moon and cut that out. I don't know how much of that y'all saw. I'm looking something up real quick. So, I I just recently found out that Blackbird Singing in the Dead of Night was about civil rights, the civil rights movement, and it's a message of hope for civil rights. And I feel like that's just kind of perfect for um, our current political state of things. So I thought it's just been on my mind. So when music came up, well, I mean, you got it. And then Mary suggested songs. I think it was Mary, anyways. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many songs. There's so much, music is so powerful. And this morning when I was coming in here, I was like, ooh, Blackbird Singing in the Dead of Night. I've got a blackbird stamp. I can do that. I loved how Mary used sheet music behind hers. Very clever. She's always clever. All right, we have a bird. And then while I was at it, I just stamped an extra. Now I have one I can put with my stamp set. All right, now Sandwich Shop. As I was saying, I don't know if y'all heard any of that, but Firehouse Subs is my favorite. So Firehouse Subs, let's just Google Firehouse Subs real quick. And look at their logo. And yeah, it's pretty much just what we need. It is red, white, and yellow, and black. That's their logo. So we've got the black, and now I can work in a little bit of red and yellow. I think I'll work red into the binding, and because this is going to be a bookbinding card, and then yellow into the background. So let's build our background for the bird. Where is that? I don't know. All right, let's see. I feel like brick might also be pretty cool. If we throw some brick in there, yeah, I think so. I think that might just work. I thought they had brick for some reason. No, maybe not. I can't remember. It's been so long. But for some reason, some brick is calling me, and I think we'll tear and we'll do a little bit of brick and then we'll do the night. Okay. The brick could be red too. Red brick. And then I think I'll use this more like flourish one, like this, for the night sky behind the brick. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, let's do this thing. So before I was asking, do y'all have, let me, uh-oh, were we frozen again? Hold on. Uh, I can't even get in here. Can y'all see me? Can you hear me? Hi, Sala. Yes, we see and hear you. Okay, all right. I just saw a bunch of, I can't get it to open. I just saw a bunch of exclamation marks and I was like, oh no, are we frozen again? Because everything looks fine on my end. So I have no way of knowing if it's frozen for you guys. Unless, you know, of course, when I have it open myself, I could see that it was frozen. Y'all were right. But on my streaming end, everything looks fine. Okay, so I'm going to emboss both of these. And try to get the stream to open. I had to restart my iPad. Boy, this is going to be a fun technology day. Something tells me today is going to be interesting. Some little birdie is telling me today's going to be funky. I just know it. Let's see if I can find you guys. If it'll let me view my own channel. I'm in. Hey, everybody. Hi, Jackie. All right. Betty Penny, did you find out what the IRS paper said in my card? Oh, Maddie, yes, I did. Your card went to the IRS. They opened it and they were like, oops, this isn't for us, and had to send it on to my house. When we were opening the cards, I was just like, oh gosh, we just saw our IRS and thought, uh-oh, we didn't know what it might be. But after the stream ended, I read it more and I was like, oh, his card went to the IRS. Okay. Of course it did. I find that to be very interesting. We laughed about it. The IRS wanted in on some of that birthday cheer. Their slip said something like, sorry, we just get so much mail. We didn't notice until we opened it. It wasn't for us. Oh my gosh. This thin paper, it embosses beautifully. It's definitely got that going for it. All right, here we are. Beautiful brick. It's beautiful night sky. Let's just go ahead and tear this, because this is going to layer right on top of here. What's so cool about these folders is I could make this an A9 if I wanted to. I'm not going to, but I could if I wanted to. All right, and then we're going to have the moon and the bird down here. We might have to add some foliage, a place for him to rest, a place for him to stand. All right. Let's blend this. We're going to do yellow and black. And then this is going to be red. And then I'll have my sandwich shop colors. Check, check, check. Checking all those Craft Roulette boxes. Hi, Sala. Hope you're well. And Bethany and Caroline. Hello, hello, hello. Commander Alpha Turkey. How's it going? Music. John Pounds. Hi, how are ya? Welcome, everybody. It's been a weird technical morning around here. Hey, April. Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Hi. Let's see. Okie dokie. Now we need black. I don't know if I have a big black brush. I have brown. Let's do some brown / black. I have black soot. And I think we need to throw a little blue in on this, which I have to be careful not to make green now that I have that yellow down. Just want some spots of blue. There's the bird singing. Okay, just a little extra here and there. All right, now we're gonna black soot this. I'm gonna use this brown brush. It'll be fine. Oh, whoops, that's distress ink and not oxide. It's still gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. It's all gonna be fine. And I'm gonna make this look like a night sky. You guys, the northern lights were visible from Texas, of all places, last week. Did you guys see them where you live? Because if we could see them in Texas, I'm pretty sure just about anybody could see them. My neighbor saw them and took pictures and shared it with me. Okay, that is night. And that moon's going right up there. Okay. Truth and Reason. What's up? How's it going? Good to see you. Long time no see. I hope you're well. How about fired brick for brick? I mean, it's kind of perfect. I think Tim had it in mind. Let's follow Tim down the fire bricked road. All right. No graffiti this time, although it could totally work. But not this time. I'm going to clean my craft room, you guys. I'm going to be hanging with some girls on December 2nd, and they're going to be in my craft room virtually. They're going to be taking a tour of my craft room, so I got to get it together. Yesterday, I kind of panicked for a minute. I was like, what the heck was I thinking? Telling them I'd let them see my craft room. But then I was like, self, just get it together. Your craft room shouldn't be that bad. Oh, it's so good to see so many here. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, the IRS needed some Happy Mail. I'm sure they need it. I'm sure that the IRS needs some Happy Mail. Okay, we're gonna do, we need a tree for the bird, although he would do just fine on a telephone line, wouldn't he? Because I don't know, these blackbirds, we get like thousands of them that hang out at the same intersection every year. They always come back to that one intersection. I have this guy cut out. Where'd he go? Ah, found him. Anyways, he could hang out on a telephone pole. That'd be different. Never put a telephone pole on my cards before. Let's do that. It's first time for everything. I'm just going to use a scrap of watercolor paper. Oh, here's one. Let's use this. Sometimes I just kind of clean things off on my scraps. Ink smush and all of that. I know, Paula, sorry, that was rough. I do not know what happened there. Is that too wide? We'll see. Don't worry, I'm gonna color it like a telephone pole. I need to build my card base. I think it's too wide. Let's make it a little thinner. All right. And that's much better. All right. The big bird, though, for a telephone pole. I might just put a wire, like a black wire, and we just won't see the pole because I think the pole throws off the whole thing a little bit. Let's build our card base. So I really liked Catherine Puller's her wraparound. She did that belly band. I thought that was great. I really liked it. And that it was such a wide belly band that it covered up some of the cards. So it was kind of like revealed, I think, when you take that off. Hey, TR. Okay. Oh, Maddie, don't you worry. We were just afraid. We were like, oh gosh, I hope she doesn't need this. Like, you know, in the moment, we didn't know what to think. We didn't want to be compromising any of your information. Okay, so obviously I'm making a 5x7. And I need to hurry up if I'm making Here Comes Santa Claus, so I need to hustle. All right, I need this other one out now. I'm going to score it 5. And I was thinking about actually stitching something into this card. For the bookbinding, I was thinking about doing like a 3-hole pamphlet stitch and stitching in some paper into the card. But I think on this one, we can do that on the Here Comes Santa Claus, but I think on this one, I'm going to keep it like a traditional bookbinding card. This way. And I liked how Mary wrapped paper around the spine of it. And that, I don't know if that was her wrap, but I think it was. So I might take that from Mary's. All right, let's get this all cut down to size. Also, I'm gonna need more of a glow around the moon. And then I need to find my black thread for him to stand on. Check right here. He'll be standing on that like a highline wire. All right, I think we got this. And then I can move on to the Here Comes Santa Claus. 4 3/4 by 7. All right. Aw, Sala. Sala, I've been missing you. I'm trying to get back up to where... I don't see it. Oh, Cold After Cold. Got a new one. Oh, Sala, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. It's a struggle, I know, but just this too shall pass, my dear. This too shall pass. Okay, by 7. All right, and we're here for you, girlfriend. All right, there we go. I feel like those measurements were not right. It is like way not right. Let me trim a little more off. Who measured that card? Me. And I did it wrong, I guess. See, I need it to fit on this side of the fold here. It's much better, much closer. Not perfect though, but I'll just trim off whatever extra I need to. Okay, so there's that. And then this is gonna go on here. Let's go ahead and pop this on and trim it off. Okay. Wham, bam. All right, and then I need to fussy cut his feet. It's so great seeing so many of you here this morning. Everyone's chatting. Yeah, your card was already, because the IRS opened it. Yeah, your card was already open. I'm glad it came intact. I can't remember. I think it had tape on it, on the corners or something. It was weird. I never thought to myself, oh, that's because it went to the IRS first. Flo, it was so funny because your card was sealed so well. And I said, Flo drools a lot. I thought my husband was just like going to fall out of his chair. But he doesn't know that we just joke and that you're a jokester yourself. That was funny. He doesn't know all of our, you know, all of our ways around here. But that's cool. He said he would come on and make a card with us in 2026. That's exciting. I want to get my family into plein air, like urban sketching and stuff. That's what I'm going to try to do in 2026. I might have to ink blend around this dude. This is definitely a dude, by the way. Yeah, I think I'm going to be happier if I ink blend it just a touch, just a tad. A dab will do. Knock out some of this white and make it brown. I think we talked about this the last time I had the stamp set out, but crows are so smart. You don't even want to make them mad because like they carry their aggressions from generation to generation. So if you make one mad, its grandchild can come after you. So I pity the fool that messes with a crow. All right. Oh yeah, ink blending brown definitely helped a lot. Then I want to give the moon more of a glow. So let's glue this down though. And then let me add the twine. Let's see. There we go. Before putting this down, I want to put some splatter on here. Let's do some gold stars. I have my gold ink right here. It needs to be shaken up. You were really confused? We were confused too. You can wrap the telephone wire around the brick. Yeah, Paula, that's a great idea. That's what I was going to do. I'm going to wrap it around this whole base. But that could be my wrap. I was like going to do that, but I didn't even think of it being the wrap part of wrapping. Okay, let's get this off my desk real quick. Let's move some of this stuff because this gold splatter is going to go everywhere. Let's move all this stuff out of the way. Get the splattering type of brush. Oh, we'll use this fan brush today. Oh boy, this one's going to be really splattery. It's a big brush. Splatter some stars. go. Make that night sky a little more special. There we go. Alrighty. Oh my gosh, Kim in Alaska. I am loving these jars so much. I can't even tell you how much. I'm using all three, by the way. Clean water, dirty water. Love them. Thank you so much. Okay. So we've got some stars in the sky. Now, I think my brick's still, yeah, the glue's still wet enough to stick. All right. Yeah, let's take this and wrap it around. Officially, I think I'm done making hair bows for the season. 352 in 4 weeks. Wow, Bethany. Just wow. Oh my goodness. I hope you sell every single one of them. That is so cool. I have, I keep needing to make a video to share with you guys. I have a different kind of craft fair idea for us paper people. And when it comes to releasing new videos, edited videos, I'm just doing really bad at that these days. And my channel's kind of slowly dying because of it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. It's where I'm at. Not going to stress about it. That's all I know. All right. I hope this is where I want it, but that's okay. It's just washi tape. If I need to move it, I can. But I didn't even figure out if this is where I wanted it. I just kind of went with it. Let's see if just going with it worked. All right. Bring back in the major player here. Oh, he might be a little close to the moon. Of course, I kind of like them touching, actually. Let's move it down a little bit. Move him down a little bit. I like it. And then we could have a sentiment down here if we wanted. All right, let's glue it down because, you know, Santa is on his way. He's waiting in the wings here for his time to shine. Oh, you know what's funny? Is now that this is wrapped around here, I can't exactly trim my card off the edge like I thought I was going to. So it's just going to hang off the edge ever so much like a professional card maker over here. Important thing is like, will it open? Yes. Okay, let's glue this part down because that's what bookbinding cards do. Gotta glue down this part. And then I need to find a piece of paper, probably a scrap. Okay. The IRS, the actual IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, got Dr. Shrub's card and opened it and realized, oh, wait, this is not for us, and then sent it to our house. And their little note said, we get lots of mail. Sorry about that. I'm going to have to paper clip that closed. All right. So now I need a piece of scrap paper to go there. I'm going to move this down just a little bit. There we go. Let's put it right there. All right. Let's put a bird on. Hanging out on the Highline wire. And we need to put the glow around the moon. So for that, I think I'm going to use my ink. I think I'll just use a little bit of ink. This little embellishment tray has become a palette, basically. I think just a dab will do. It's probably more than I need. All right. Yes, this is a good choice. Because I just want a glow. I like that it's somewhat transparent. Okay. So, I was just testing it. Gonna have it glowing. Needs to be even bigger. More glow, more. There we go. There we go. Let's put a bit of highlight here because, you know, the moon is definitely shining on this bird. Let's put a little white in his eyes, just a little dab here and there. All right, just a few little highlights. There we go. That's about right. That'll work. Wow, Flo, you made 100 holiday cards? That's an accomplishment. That's quite an accomplishment. You can't even remember the last time you sent a Christmas card, Bethany. Flo, love this community. Yeah, Caroline, this community is the best. Me too. Me too. I don't know, Dr. Shrub didn't share this, but he said the first time he realized I was really actually talking to someone and that we had like a whole community was the Uvalde card drive. All those boxes of cards, 20,000 cards coming in, and he was like, okay, this is a real thing. It's like, heck yeah, this is a real thing. By the way, thank you to everyone who sent cards for the families of the floods. My friend bundled them up. She sent me a picture yesterday of the bundles of cards. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She loved them. All right. Pretty good. I don't want to push it too much, but we're going. I think it's dry enough now that I can. Okay, it opens all the way. That's what I needed it to do. Can't have a card that opens halfway. Okay, let me get a scrap and we'll have this card done. Here's a scrap. I don't know if it'll match though. Well, it's kind of interesting. Ooh, I think I like this side better. Let's just do it. No one's here to stop me. All right, and I think I want mine to wrap around. I know Mary's did, and I liked that. I could just cut a strip that covers the edge, but I think I want it to wrap all the way around. I should probably be doing this on my paper trimmer, but that's okay. All right. Look at that dirty card back there. Okay, paper trimmer is definitely the way to go. All right, I think that this is 1/4 of an inch. So let me just score it because we got to move on to the next. I don't have time to fiddle around here. Seems like it's more than 1/4 of an inch. Let me measure this. It is 1/2 an inch. Okay, so let's score it 1/2 an inch. All right. And this will be the cucumber of a sandwich. I do like cucumber on my sandwich. That's how we'll justify this green. It's cucumber green. All right. I like it. There we go. And I like that it folds around and puts some color on the back of the card. Back of the card always gets neglected. There we go. I think we're done. We got wraps, wrapping, a bookbinding card. This is the wrap part. Bookbinding, sandwich shop colors, and a song, Blackbird Singing in the Dead of Night. Blackbird is the song. All right, done with that one. Next. I'm catching up, y'all. I love that y'all are having all your own conversations over here. Yes, Bethany has her own business. We only have one craft fair left, but the shop we're renting at is selling a lot every week, so got to keep up with the demand. That is so awesome. That's funny. I don't even know if I could call my business a micro business, but I think it is a micro, very micro. All right, let's do. Here comes Santa Claus. Okay, sandwich shop. I think we're gonna stick with. I mean, if we just do red, like salami. I think Santa likes salami, by the way. He has kind of a salami figure. I think that'll work. Santa is like a salami sandwich. All right. So salami bookbinding, I'm going to actually do a pamphlet stitch. We'll do a 5x7. Wrapping. He's got wrapped gifts in his bag there. He's so prepared. And then what's the other thing? A song. Here Comes Santa Claus. All right, this is easy. This is easy. All right. I need Christmas paper. I've put it away, but I don't know where. I only have one paper pad. Christmas. Let's see. Ooh, this will probably work. Well, no. Well, we'll see. We'll see if we get to that part. And I'll see if I can find it. I had it out not that long ago, but I put it away. Like a good little crafter, I put my paper pad away. There it is. And I wasn't sure where I put it. Oh, this is a different one. I guess I have more than one. I've got this one. I got a Park Lane Holiday Pine. This is nice. Ooh, cucumbers and salami. OMG, Betty Penny, that card is awesome. Just love the theme. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And sorry for getting that song stuck in everybody's head today. Be a true testament if you can get that song out of your head. Once that song gets in my head, I'm done for. That's it. It's over. All right. Look at this paper pad. Ooh, and there's some foiling in it. Not too much, just a little. Ooh, look at that. Okay. Here Comes Santa Claus. Ooh, I kind of like the idea of Santa coming out of the forest. This might be a background paper, but what I'm thinking is putting some of these papers in, oh, that's cute, inside and making it like a little mini journal. This is a really pretty paper pad. Jeez, I really like it. Love that it's double-sided too. Ooh, so many options. I love this one. Oh my goodness. Wow, I really like this. Park Lane, wasn't that Joanne? I miss Joann's. Anybody else miss Joann's? They were my favorite box store to buy paper. The other two just don't do it like they did. I liked their paper most of all. That's nice. Geez, I love this paper pad. Ooh, I'm gonna take this one out. Okay. Got lots of options. Bread with salami Santa on top. All right, let's do this thing. We got 4 sheets of paper. Let's get Santa stamped up. I finally got one of Desiree's stamps. I took it off the stamping block the other day because I was making something and I had to. So I cleaned it up and put it away. All right. Let's do this. I'm gonna see, I've got some scraps of watercolor paper here, if any of these are wide enough. Not really. Almost. I mean, he could be a little cut off. Yeah, I think we'll just go with he can be a little cut off on the edges. That works for me. Hi, Sandy. Welcome, welcome. Okay, in this case, am I going to use bee sting? Maybe. But then his face might be all red. I think we need to use black. Let's use black. Because I haven't stamped this out before, so I don't know exactly. We could use brown. I don't know what he looks like stamped out. I've got Shady and Weeping Willow. Let's try Weeping Willow. So I just don't know which parts of this are raised, which ones are filled in. I really have no idea. Have to stamp and see what he looks like. I'm so glad y'all liked that first card. That's when you found me, Maddie, the Uvalde card drive. Gosh, I'm so glad you did. I've got a huge, when we took the cards, we met with the Chamber of Commerce, which is who accepted our cards and distributed our cards. They even paid all the shipping. They mailed a card to every resident in Uvalde County from us because we had so many cards. They had one for every resident of the county. And they paid the shipping and mailed a card to every person in the whole county, thanks to you guys. Anyways, we got a tour of the city and it was just magical. And at the end, they gave me this really cool poster that is of the Uvalde Grand Opera House, and I have it framed and it hangs above my craft desk. It's a permanent part of my craft room. All right. Now, Stellar ink is amazing. I love coloring with it. So I do want to bring in a little bit of that bee sting. And I think I'm going to add it in like watercolor. Okay. Cucumber, lettuce, spinach. They are all green sandwich fixings. Yeah. I know. Once the shock and awe of the spin wears off, it's pretty easy to kind of, for the most part, really enjoy all the parameters. Now, here's what's going to happen right now. I have this on watercolor paper, and the brown is going to activate with the red. So this is going to be a very vintage effect here. It's going to be a lot of fun. Because it's definitely like a vintage image and vibe. It's a whole vibe. What time is it? Oh, girl, you better color fast. Yeah, I just love this ink, you guys. I was thinking about like my favorites, my 2025 favorites. This is in my top 5 of like new things this year for me. I know Simon's inks have been around a long time, but if you're anything like me and you have a room full of things, I don't just buy new ink every time it comes out or anything. But everyone's been raving about Simon's inks for years. And when I saw him demo these, I was like, well, that's it. I have to try them. And I am so glad I did because they don't perform like the other inks that I already had. And I'm using them all the time and I love them. So yeah, I'm happy with my purchase, with my indulgence. Okay. Looking pretty good, Santa. I'm just using water now because we stamped in brown. I'm just activating his boots here. If you're wondering where this stamp is from, it's an IOD, Iron Orchid Designs. Comes on a huge 12 by 12 sheet with lots of amazing stamps. Let me show y'all that real quick because I have a feeling some of y'all are going to want to know. You may already be asking in the chat. We're going to give him a brown burlap Santa bag. It's a tight Christmas for everyone, even Santa. No velvet bag around here. He saved his money and to spend on the kids and went with burlap this year. All right. Let's see. Now submit one. I know, Paula Rice. Paula, I didn't submit last week. I think I just was so miserable after making that card. I'm not a stitcher. What color should this be? I feel like that's his beard. Let me look at the image. No, that's his shirt. So this one's called Christmas Wishes. So see, IOD Christmas Wishes. It's got, let me get the sheet out so you can see it properly. Okay, first of all, it comes with mask. Every stamp set comes with these masks. So that is awesome. They're plastic and last forever kind of thing. But this is what Christmas Wishes looks like. It's got this adorable angel, this deer, a tree, snowman, two Santas, the face, this dude that we're painting now. It's pretty awesome. I couldn't pass it up. Okay, so this should be red. I got a little left on my block here. It's a lighter red. What are some of y'all's favorite supplies you've gotten this year? Did you do a no-buy? And are you proud of, you should be proud of that. I think I'm going to do a no-buy in 2026. Yum. Hi, Karen. Y'all are making me want, you were summoned. I am wanting a sandwich now. Okay, now, Santa's fur. Let's use a little shady. Okay. And let's kind of dabble in a little shady for his fur. Just, I'm only going to shade where the stamp is shaded. See, the stamp has guidelines for us to kind of follow. The way that they've etched, I'm just going to basically put this gray wherever they have etching that indicates shading here. All right. And I think we will paint in the background real quick. Like, what time is it? 6:44. Okay. If you don't know, maybe you're still kind of new here. During the week, I come on live and we craft together, and then I run like the dickens out of here to get my kids to school, to get them their lunches made and get them on the bus and get them out of here. So that's why I keep kind of stressing about what time it is. Now I'm going to pull in the brown from the ink. Brown was definitely the right way to go on this one. So now I can paint in his pretty little face. And he does have quite a pretty little face on him. All right, let's get some green for the packages in his burlap sack. You need that paper pad. Well, too bad, Bethany. They're gone. I think, unless Park Lane is not... Is Park Lane Hobby Lobby? I don't know. I think they're Paper Studio. Ooh, this green's a little too bright. So I'll just drag in some of the brown and that'll knock it back. I don't know what this is, but we're going to color it like it's a package. I'm going to color this stuff in blindly. There we go. That works for me. Yeah, I was thinking about fussy cutting him out, but I don't think I will. I think what I'm going to do is bring in some blue. I'm going to color in the background in a very light, I think there's a blue called Icy Blue. Iced Out. Iced Out and High Tide. I like this iced out. It's a little more muted, which will go with our vintage vibes. Put a few things back. Ooh, let me get this cookie dough out. All right. I'm going to flip my block over. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, you miss them too, Paula Rice. You miss Joanne's. Yeah, me too. Ooh, this is the perfect blue because it's kind of not dingy, but a little bit, you know. Try to blend that out a little bit. It's a little harsh. There we go. We'll say, you know, this is ink, so it's not working like watercolor. If I was using watercolor right now, I'd be able to blend a lot better. But I'm using ink. Try wet on wet. That kind of helps. Let's do a little wet on wet up here too. I want it to look old and vintagey. Some of this is going to be cut off. Some of the edges we're going to lose. All right. Now let's activate this brown down here for a shadow. All right. And then now let's bring in a little bit of this cookie dough. Sleep well, Kim. Have a good day. Let's bring in a little bit of this cookie dough. Let's see if I can blend that out a little bit. Not really. Probably won't see much of this down here, but I'm going to go ahead and paint it up just in case. Nice. I like it. I like how this blue and brown are meeting and it's almost like creating grass. And that's just it doing its own thing. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Okay, these bows have to be colored in. Ooh, let's use check engine. A really different option, but I think it'll be nice. Did anyone see the new Misty? No. Misty Light, huh? All right, let's add a little orange here and there. That's very, very vintage. Okie dokie, here we go. Let's make a card. We can do it. So we've got Santa. Man, he paints up nicely, doesn't he? Gosh, that was so easy. He cleans up real nice. All right. Put my inks back. Anywhere, everywhere. All right. Inks put away. Brush put away. Now, let's get a card base out. You know what? In this case, I am going to use this thin paper because we're going to layer on top of it and we're going to like stitch things into it. It'll be fine. Oh, I just picked up. It's fine. It's all fine. Okay, so this dude's going on the front like so. I need to clean up this edge right here because it's crooked, because this was a scrap of paper, so it's not straight at all. Let's clean up that edge. Try to get caught up in y'all's comments. I know I've missed a lot today. I'm not always this bad about missing. I got really thrown off with that whole first live debacle. And I couldn't even get into this live, and I had to restart my iPad so I could read y'all's comments. Oh, this is crooked too. Okie dokie. Well, let's make it not crooked. There we go. Just a little off. There we go. And now I want it the full length of the card, so it's going to be 7 inches. Glad we painted in that ground. There we are. Now so that's going to be the cover of our little booklet. We're making like a little kind of notebook card. Oh man, which card am I going to submit, you guys? This is going to be hard to pick one. Okay, let's pick what paper is going to go behind Old Saint Nick. If I put him over to this edge, more can show, but really not much. More of this can show because it's a smaller print. So that might be nice on the front cover. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay, so that's got real potential. I like the houses too. Don't think you'll be able to tell it's houses though. Snowflakes. You can never go wrong with snowflakes, right? What's on this side? Ooh. That other pattern I liked, but green. Nice. I like this smaller pattern because you can actually see that they're deer and trees. But I think I'm going to do the brown and then this one, which is also nice. but I think we're going to go with this one. Okay. So I'm going to cut this to 5. By 7. Yeah, sorry I got behind on the comments today, you guys. Oh, I know, Paula, it is not easy, isn't it? Just take one day at a time with no crafty spending. Just one day. You just have to win every day. Just one day at a time, though. Cute. I think that'll work because we're going to have other things going on. Do we like them better to one side? Maybe. What do y'all think? Like them off to the side, or do you like them centered more? I feel like if he's centered, I want another mat behind him. You're trying to talk yourself into it, Flo? Me too. Yeah, I'm going to bite my tongue on the new Misty. Okay. All right. What did y'all... Okay, I have to zoom past a lot of juicy content. Side. I got one for the side. Anybody for center? Or just side? Help a girl out. All right. Well, you make that decision. I'm going to look up in the viewer. I think when I look up, I like it better in the center. I don't know why, but I think when I looked up at my screen just now, well, I don't know. One center, one side, 2 side, 3 side. Oh, it sounds like side wins. Okay, let's cut down a little bit of this paper. Real quick like. And we're going to bind it into our book. And I might just do one so we can still consider this really like a card and not a journal. But you can make journals out of your card bases. I need one piece of tea-dyed paper. I hear you, bird. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see. Let me grab some from over here. Can she do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch? Jackie, how's it going? I'm using parchment paper because I don't know where my tea-dyed paper is right now. I don't have time to look for it. So we'll do one sheet of parchment. Oh my gosh, I had to cook dinner twice last night. Oh my goodness. The chicken was weird. It's just the wrong texture. And I didn't want to serve it to my family, so I had to throw out a whole package of chicken breast. This is going to go in here like this. Okay. This is going to go on the cover. I'm going to sew it in. I think I'm going to pop Santa over to the side because I think that was kind of unanimous for where we wanted him. And something's still just really missing for me here. So hold on. I've got a whole box of Timmy Christmas. That I haven't even done anything with. I don't know what you're supposed to do with those. Okay. So let's just see. I think we need like an old-timey. I want to keep with the old-timey theme. So let's embellish real quick. What time is it? 7 a.m. All right. Okay. Oh boy, I have a craft lunch. You guys, I don't know if I can even make it out of here. Oh, look at this. This sack contains a special delivery parcel post. Oh, that's so cute. Ooh, that could tie on with a ribbon on the side because of the slit in it. Okay. All right. All right. Look, we don't have time to get too fancy, y'all. Oh, like that. And look, here's another little piece for this corner. Bitty Penny, can't you leave well enough alone? No. No, it has to be finished. All right. A joyous Christmas. Okay, I like that so much better. Okay. All right, this is so much better. Wouldn't you agree? All right, so let's do this. Jim, how's it going? Oh boy. The girl's running super late. Our family motto is when in doubt, throw it out. And even any question of food's weirdness makes me trash it. Yeah, exactly. And it was chicken. So no, I'm not trying to do us in over here with no chicken. Chicken is I've had food poisoning from chicken before. It was wretched. Oh my gosh, it made my dad so mad because I was so sick. I remember some of the things he said to that poor restaurant manager. It was only because his girl was sick. All right. Yeah, something like that's how this is going down. Oh, geez. It was the thin cut chicken breast. I don't know if you'll have that in your supermarket, but I like the big, just full chicken breast because sometimes those thin cut ones just don't, they get weird. I don't know. They get a little weird sometimes. So it's like, oh, that's why I stopped buying these. Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is super sturdy. It's going to be a very sturdy little cover for this card/journal. After the fact, later, I can come in and decorate this if I want. No promises, but I might be live a little more this week. Thank you. I tell you what, at craft fairs, these little 5x7 journals sell like hotcakes. Hotcakes, I tell you. I usually put more paper in them than I'm going to put in this one today. But a journal / greeting card. Oh, I never come home with any. They all sell out. Okay, so I just have 2 sheets of paper that I'm popping in here today. And we're going to do the quickest 3-hole pamphlet stitch, just using regular paper clips to clip this in. Okay, and well, geez, I guess we have to use the black thread because I don't have any other ones on my desk right now. And I don't have time to get a different one out. How you doing, Zinjin? Good to see you. Very expensive restaurant. They didn't even comp us anything when we called them to let them know. Wow. Oh gosh, Bethany. Yeah, I think it took me years to eat chicken in a restaurant after that experience I had. So I'm the same way, Maddie. I'm just like, if it's questionable, it's out of here. I don't have time to be sick. And I don't want to be sick, and I don't want anyone else to be sick. Okay. Quick little 3-hole pamphlet stitch real quick. What time is it? Oh my gosh. We gotta go, y'all. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. This is where the music picks up and the tempo gets really fast. Thank you for hanging out with me in 2 different lives this morning. Sorry about the first one. That wasn't me. That was YouTube. We love you, YouTube, but still. But I'm glad you came back. It was fun making 2 craft roulette cards. I have no idea which one of these I'm going to submit. Maybe I'll take a look at the gallery and see. Is there a bunch of Christmas? If there's a bunch of Christmas, maybe I won't submit Christmas. See if there's a bunch of full moon Black Bird song cards. Yeah, right. We know there won't be a lot of those. Okay. We did it. See how fast a 3-hole pamphlet stitch can be? You just got to get used to it. You just practice, 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 and they will be no problem at all. I kind of like that you can't see it from here because I think I might tie some sari silk and attach that. Oh my gosh. Let's see if I can make it over this craft lamp. Okay. I just got cream and far too much of it. I'm going to pop this in here, tie it around here. I think this will be fine. I'll cut it off right here, maybe. These are not fabric scissors, can you tell? Angie got carded. That's funny. Okay, we're going to attach this through the slit right here. Okay. Well, this is the latest I've ever been. Wish me luck, you guys. Now this can kind of move, which I like. Gosh, my little fingers just moving so fast. Okay, and then this is going to be a bow, maybe, if we like it as a bow. There we go. This set contains a special delivery. Oh my gosh, that's so perfect. Kind of like it tucked down a little bit. And a joyous Christmas. And it is a book binding card because it's bound like a journal, like a book. And it has pages in it and everything. Of course, I could come in and add pockets and all that, but I have to do that later because I'm super late. All right, I have to decide. I'm not sure which one I'll submit, but one of these is my craft roulette card and the other is just a bonus because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to make. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I hope y'all have a super awesome day. I usually say I'll be back on Thursday, which that could be true, but I may be back sooner. We'll just have to wait and see. I hope you guys have a super awesome day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.